old are you?
What are you, lawyer?
So this is something back in the day that we would call going chode and then exploding. Beta!
What do you want me to do? Get up and shoot a rocket out of my pants?
All right, kids, welcome back to your friendly neighborhood dating channels. Madison here, my buddy Justin, and today we're gonna be going over the crazy stupid love dating scene from the movie with Ryan Gosling. This is a fan favorite, highly requested. Now, people watch these movies and they think this is how it really is in real life. I don't know, but sometimes it can be very, very on point, and sometimes it can be off point. And if you don't already know me, who am I? I'm an international dating coach. I've been doing this professionally for 6 years. I've met hundreds of thousands of people face to face in my own programs with my students, and I've taught millions online, all right? People from every single background. So I know phony, and I also know entertainment. Today we're gonna divide that gap between phony and entertainment. And the thing is, with social media and just mainstream media in general, they present these ideas of romance that are not always accurate. So we're gonna see what is the truth today. And if you're brand new to the channel, guess what? Only 10% of people that watch the video are subscribed. So you gotta go down to the corner, press the notification bell, all right? And once you get that bell, it pops up and it will alert you of new videos when they are live, okay? And it helps out the channel tremendously as well if you wanna see more videos like this. All right, so go ahead and do that right now, and let's get on with the crazy, stupid love. Step number one, always have theme music when you walk slowly into a room. That's step number one. Make sure you got that down. Write it down. It helps it has like 80s like electronic angels singing in the background also.
So much potential, and you've resorted to fantasizing about Conan Ginger Junk O'Brien. He is funny. He looks like a carrot, honey.
Who looks like a carrot? Hi. Who looks like a carrot?
What I like what he does here is he says the odd, like, observational kind of open, which is like, it's a general statement, you kind of throw it out. Like, oh, blue dress. Oh, what is that? Okay, who looks like a carrot? But then he realizes that awkward moment where she's just kind of like, what? And he goes, hi, who looks like a carrot? So he kind of like recognizes the awkwardness and points it out by saying hi, which is always good. Whenever you meet somebody brand new, the first 15 seconds are usually kind of just startled because they don't know if you want money. They don't know if you are approaching them because you know them from somewhere. They don't know what's going on. So if you just like go, oh, and hi, hello, how are you? Say hello back. It kind of like helps to eliminate that awkward tension and helps move things along a little smoother.
O'Brien, my friend Hannah here thinks he's sexy.
That's weird because I think that your friend Hannah is really sexy.
Oh my God. You did not just say that. How old are you?
What are you, lawyer?
This is a good comeback. So he goes with the statement of intent, and he goes, that's kind of funny because I think your friend Hannah is very attractive. And she goes, oh, how old are you? So this is something back in the day that we would call going chode and then exploding. So you say like the most ridiculous thing possible, or the most honest, like chody thing possible. I mean, like the most like beta, the most the most beta thing possible, and then you can recover from that if your skills are good enough, right? So it's like you're so pretty. I'm nervous. I'm shaking in my boots.
Oh,
like, and then she's like really? And you're like, come on, did you really believe that? Really, silly girl, right? That would be a way to like be chode and then go exploding after.
Come on.
I know.
You want? Is she?
Gonna be.
Don't you think you're a little old to be using cheesy pickup lines?
Objection. Leading the witness. Wow, Hannah, you're really wearing that dress like you're doing it a favor.
So this is interesting the way he handles the shit test, right? She goes, don't you think you're a little bit old to be using that pickup line? He goes, objection, right? This can kind of work, I guess, if she was like a lawyer. He doesn't know.
He made the lawyer jokes. He's kind of like keeping on that thread.
Okay, really? I didn't even see it. But what I like about it though is that he does beat the shit test pretty well. A shit test, to those who don't know, just means it's like a comeback to see if you are full of shit. What I would do is I'd recommend the best way usually to beat a shit test is I call it A for answer equals exaggerate times 10 and go under. Okay, that's how you beat the shit test. So somebody goes, you think you're so smart. You accept it. You go, yeah, I'm so smart. I invented words. I actually wrote the Bible back when I was 4, right? So I'm exaggerating times 10 to something that isn't even possible. If somebody goes, you think you're smooth, don't you? Go, yeah, I'm so smooth that I invented the word smahahuhutha. Right? And I obviously can spell it better than any other human on earth, right? If somebody says, you're kind of fat, you'd be like, yeah, I'm the fattest guy on earth. I'm so fat that when I wake up, when I breathe, I have a heart attack every single time because my fat is crushing my chest, and I make little children cry. Okay, you agree with what they say, embrace it, exaggerate it times 10 and go under. You don't try to like show off, be cool, you just kind of go under. So the way he beat the shit test is, objection, Your Honor. I think it's kind of an advanced way to do it, and you can usually come off like trying to be a smart ass, but he has enough like skill to pull it off.
That's a line. Me sitting over there for the past 2 hours not being able to take my eyes off of you is a fact. I mean, there's lots of beautiful women in this bar, your friend included. Hi.
I love you.
Good point here, all right? So he says, this would be my friend Julian, the former vessel known as Julian, would say the moment of realness. He's now Father Jay. He's moved on to and transcended to a higher plane. So the moment of realness is where you finally like cut the BS and you say, this is why I'm actually here to talk to you. This is why I want to meet you. This is what's going on, right? You got to have that moment. If that moment doesn't exist, and it kind of just feels like you're always witty bantering too much. People get stuck in witty bantering too much. I have friends that are Australians. They love a good witty banter. Oh, that's actually just a British accent. They're like, oh yeah, mate. Oh yeah, Australian. Yeah, banter. Oh yeah, 4-Girl Rex. Yeah, dingo. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, kangaroos. Yeah. They just talk shit, and then they have no moment of realness. Or people that are like British, too much of it. They just do it and it goes nowhere. They love the sound of their own voice. But you need to have a moment of realness to ground it and say, I'm a human being and you're a human being, and I just want to meet you, and this is the reasons why I'm here. This is why I'm here. This is the exact reason why I'm here. I need to have those moments or else to get caught in witty banter. Okay, so it's good that he goes, yeah, I was sitting here, and the reason why I saw you over there, and this is why I was over there, and I just decided to walk over, and this is the reason why I came over, and this is what I was thinking. You need to have that moment.
But I can't take my eyes off of you. That's a fact. It's not a lie. I find you very attractive. Do you find me attractive?
She does.
I don't.
You do. She does.
Yes, she does.
The good thing about this, he goes, do you find me attractive? But he's not actually serious. He's asking a rapport-seeking question, but in a joking way. So if you're like, do you also find me attractive of sorts? Right? It's like, it could be a joke. If you're like, are you open to the idea of a glass of wine on a rooftop with a handsome gentleman? Right? If you do that, it's a joke. Unfortunately, I don't know any handsome gentlemen. Right? It's a joke. So it can play off because you're asking a very validation-seeking question, but in a joking way, so it plays off. If he were to ask it very seriously, this would be bad. Okay? And also, when she answers, she's like, I don't find you attractive at all. He's like, anyways. And he like makes another joke with a friend. Like he like doesn't let it land. He doesn't let it hit him. He doesn't take the loss of validation in. Very often, like when you're talking to an attractive person, you will say something and they don't give you the response that you want. And they look for your eyes to kind of go like this. Mm-hmm. Like you're sad for a second, and they go, oh, got you. Like that. So they wait for that moment to happen, and once it happens, they know that they can emotionally affect you. No one is attracted to a person that they can emotionally affect early on, or emotionally affect too much. They want you to be able to like kind of be able to just live your own life and not be emotionally affected by them. So when she's like, I don't find you attractive, he's like, oh, anyways, then it keeps going. She's like, oh, he really doesn't need me that much. He has good emotions within himself. And yeah, just good stuff all around.
I don't.
You do.
You do.
I don't.
Hannah, can I buy you a drink?
No.
You say no a lot, don't you?
No.
Oh boy. Permission to approach the bench?
Seriously?
Just come on, let me deliver my closing argument.
So this part is actually good for two reasons. First reason is, he goes, you say no a lot, don't you? Oh boy, here we go. We got a troublemaker over here. Here we go. So he teases her. This is his first, I think, actual tease in the approach. Mm-hmm. And anybody you're meeting, you gotta probably tease them like 1 or 2 times for it to show that you're not like just desperate, okay? It's not about playing hard to get, it's just kind of making it fun and engaging. So you gotta usually tease 1 or 2 times. And then I do like that he sits down and he says, permission to approach the bench. You don't have to say this, but the fact that he sits down about 1 minute or 2 minutes in, this is a good thing. We call this usually like a social hook point, and as long as you sit down, once the interaction is socially hooked, it's good. It's socially hooked when the person is like asking you questions like, where are you from, or what's your name, or like, how old are you? That's a social hook. Or like when a friend's like, we think you're really cute, we really, really like you, you should totally sit down. That's like obviously a social hook point, okay? Obviously, they're asking you if they say they think you're cute, or we like you. Obviously, it's like, what are you doing? It's still standing there. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Sure, proceed.
Anna, we live in a physical world, right?
Uh-huh.
And you're going to age, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you this, you're never gonna regret going home with that guy from the bar that one time that was a total tomcat in the sack. But I can't guarantee that you won't not regret it.
That's a double negative.
You're a double negative. Okay.
So this is kind of like what I would call all cards on the table, but he does it in a strange way. So in my personal interactions, right, when I teach on my programs, if you ever come work with me in a live boot camp program, matter of fact, through my final world tour right now of boot camp programs, we're in America, in Washington, D.C. shooting this, heading over to Puerto Rico, New York, Las Vegas, and Austin, Texas. And if you want to see the dates, go to liveinfieldtraining.com. You'll see my name there. You'll see the dates and everywhere I'm going to be around the world. I'm also going to be doing Tel Aviv, Israel, and going to be doing Australia. Good old Australia. So click the link down below. If it's been on your mind, it's been on your bucket list, it's something you always want to do it now. Now, as I was saying, the moment where you kind of put all your cards on the table is like, listen, hey, listen, you can keep doing what you're going to do, keep shopping and having a good time, but it's only going to be mediocre. Or you can take a chance to meet your potential future husband, but I can't guarantee it's going to happen, right? You just kind of like lay out the options for them in a very pragmatic way for their best interest, and sometimes they'll say yes to it. That's what he's doing right here.
Anna, can I buy you a drink?
Okay. You know what? It's time to go home.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow, it's forward of you, but okay.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
All right, good line. Oh, you like that one?
Yeah, I'm too shy, but
Yeah. It's the old school line. Like it's like a reframe, I guess. All right, like a reframe. Like, oh, I'm gonna go home. I can't go home with you. I'm too shy. Oh, it's a little forward. It's too early. Oh, I live with my boyfriend. Oh, a threesome? That's a little bit much. I don't even know you that well yet. Like anything like that, you just kind of like reframe it as a joke, like as like they're coming on to you. Anything you can take and kind of like misinterpret it as the person's coming on to you, it's great, right? It's really, really good. I had to go home and study. Oh, I can't all through the night? Or you think I'm going to stay up with you all night? That's crazy. Like anything basically, just misinterpret it like the person is interested in you, and it's always a great way to come back and tease them, especially if they're, if it's not going as you planned.
I T-bowed Saw 3.
So, should I get my car or yours? Should I pull the car around? Have you been drinking? I'll drive.
Liz, coming.
So I feel like the only cartoonish part is really the part where the girl's like the friend's like super into him, and then the part where he's like trying to take her home immediately.
Yeah, it's a little like exaggerated. Yeah. Like in real life, you might have a friend be like, "We're together. She's with me, Jessica," especially if like the friend is more attractive, right? Her friend's more attractive. Might have her like resist you just coming saying, "Can I buy her a drink and take your friend away? Can I take your friend for a drink? Can I whisk her off and leave you alone in the corner?" That usually wouldn't happen. Usually she'd be like, "No, we're together." And you would actually have to buy both of them a drink in that situation usually, or find a friend to be able to talk to her. That's what we usually have to do. And yeah, the other part you said is that it's really sped up, it's really fast. This whole thing is like, the clip is 2 minutes and 53 seconds. The interaction was about 2:30. This real whole thing should have been about 7 to 10 minutes in reality. That's how long it should have been in a more practical time. But overall, what would you rate this in terms of realism?
Well, I thought his confidence and the way he approached, and his whole body language and his demeanor, I thought that's like, if you can come up like that, that's pretty spot on. I'd say about 9 out of 10.
Yeah. I was going to give it about the same, maybe 8.5 on 10. I say 8.5 because he's a little bit more teasy, witty, bantering than he needs to be, and his moment of realness is too cocky still. He's like, "Well, here's your chance. You can go home with me if you want, but if you don't, you're gonna go home and be, oh, how old are you?" Like I felt it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
So I give it an 8.5 on 10. Still really, really good. All right, but again, this is just a movie. If you want to see the real thing, what do? Do you watch more movies? Do you hold up a big speaker outside of her window playing love songs? Do you do what Drake tells you? No. What you do is you go to Madison91.com and you can see 10 years of my work. Okay, 10 years of me teaching this from the comfort of your home. All right, you can get my whole life's legacy of work in this career in the comfort of your home. You can watch it any single time you want. All right, it has live examples that are not like a movie. They're real life examples. You can like see me break down and explain everything that's happening from moment to moment. All right, so go check that out right now. It's 91% off, which means you're basically, you know, I get enough money to run the website from it and keep putting out videos like this. Okay, I just do this because I want to retire this content in a beautiful way. It will not be available in the future. It's only for a limited amount of time. Now that said and done, we got more reaction videos coming up. So if you like this and you want to see more, click on one of the corners here to see another video just like this and continue watching, going down the rabbit hole of entertainment. I want to thank you very much. And as always, keep in touch and don't be a stranger. Cheers.